We
Sorry about that.
no worries.
Okay.
We've been helping KW Commercial on a number of projects for a few years now, and just wanted to check in with you all and bring you up to speed with the latest laws in California and things that can help with your clients as you traverse the entitlement process through these different municipalities. Today, I'm going to be focusing on a few assembly bills that are relevant to City of Los Angeles, and we'll take any questions at the end of the call. So a little bit about us. We are a boutique planning firm. Our experience is in city entitlement and plan check expediting for clients. We help with everything from zone changes, conditional use permits, alcohol license, anything that requires a permit, we've touched it. We help both government municipalities, private developers, nonprofit organizations, and we are experienced working with a number of responsible agencies like Army Corps of Engineers, Regional Water Quality Control Board, California Department of Fish and Wildlife, and United States Fish and Wildlife Services. And these are agencies that you have to deal with on a number of projects once you get into project development. So today we're going to be talking about 3 new assembly bills. The first one we're going to talk about is AB 2097, which requires no parking for new developments within a half a mile of a transit stop. And the next item I'm going to discuss is AB 233-4, which is unlimited density for 100% affordable projects. And then AB 1551, which is expansion of non-residential floor area. And I'll get into more detail on these 3. So Assembly Bill 2097, this was passed in order to really incentivize development near transit centers. And what the governor has introduced here is any development that is within half a mile radius of a major transit stop is exempt from having to provide parking. So no parking is required at all. And they're really trying to push the use of public transit, bus rapid system, metro, to have people live near major corridors, transit corridors, and really push the need for more affordable major transit rather than car-oriented development. Now, this bill includes residential, commercial, industrial projects. However, hotels, motels, bed and breakfast are exempt from this requirement. So they are required and still require parking. So if you are representing a client who owns a property in a commercial area, they can take advantage of this assembly bill to reduce their parking impacts to the development. Next assembly bill is Assembly Bill 2334. This only applies to 100% affordable housing. Governor Newsom has passed legislation that really pushes and incentivizes 100% affordable housing. What he said is will allow unlimited density for your development, meaning you're only constrained by your height of the building and the floor area ratio, FAR. So you can build as many units as you want as long as you meet within the requirements of the setback, height, and FAR. And then he's allowing a additional 3 stories to be built on your base height or additional 33 feet. And instead of 3 concessions or incentives, which is usually required by the city, he's increased it to 4 concessions. And concessions include things like reduced setback, reduced open space requirements to help alleviate some of the requirements imposed by the city. So again, this was a response to 100% affordable housing. Next one is Assembly Bill 1551. This is for non-residential development, and it is for commercial areas that are able to add additional non-residential floor area if they partner up with an affordable housing developer. So if you are owning a commercial building, you want to become a mixed-use development with affordable housing, the city will allow you to expand your commercial or your non-residential floor area through incentives and concessions by partnering with an affordable housing developer. So this is unique as well to really bring in more affordable housing within these commercial developments. I've given you some details of where you can find more information on these assembly bills. I recommend looking at planning.lacity.org. You can find more information about the details of the assembly bills. If you have any questions regarding any specific assembly bills and want to have more detail, you can also contact planning.priorityhousing@lacity.org, and they are very helpful. Or you can reach out to us and we can coordinate on your behalf. And we work closely with many of these municipalities and representatives at the city. So that was just a brief run through the assembly bills. I was going to open up really to questions and comments and see if I can answer any questions that you all may have.
Hey, Kevin. This is David here. I'm kind of confused. Could you please clarify if this is statewide or just City of Los Angeles?
This is statewide, but what I'm representing here is just City of Los Angeles. In that City of Los Angeles has taken the state ordinance and added their own criteria, but it applies to all cities in the state of California.
So if somebody has a commercial property and they want to develop that, they have to partner up with one of those affordable housing developers. That's the criteria, right?
That is a criteria for this Assembly Bill 1551 if they want to expand their non-residential floor area or commercial floor area. If they are looking simply to do affordable housing on site, they can take advantage of two bills. They can take advantage of this bill for 100% affordable housing, and they can take advantage of AB 2097 to include no parking for that development. So the state is really pushing for more affordable housing and more opportunity for low-income housing within these municipalities.
How close should the property be to public transportation?
So the key is a half a mile. So half a mile to a major transit stop. Major transit stop includes a bus rapid system that runs every 15 minutes or a metro line. Things like a bus stop that runs every 30 minutes would not be appropriate. So you would need to confirm that that bus is a bus rapid system that runs every 15 minutes. So the intent is to provide reliable transportation to any new residents there.
Thank you.
Anyone else have a question? I know we had about 4 people just join a second ago, so
no problem. And I'm happy to share this PowerPoint to everyone here, or I can share with you, Kim, and you can share with the team. And if there are further questions after the call, my contact information is here. You guys can reach out to me directly as well.
okay. Did you maybe just want to, you don't have to go through the whole presentation, but just recap the two
Yeah, I have
for
a
the people
good,
that just joined. Yeah.
I have a good little snapshot here. So
Okay.
I broke it down real quick. So for everyone that's joined, today I was just introducing a recap of some new assembly bills and how it may help some of your clients. One was AB 2097, which requires no parking within a half a mile of a major transit corridor. And a major transit corridor is a bus rapid system that runs every 15 minutes or a metro line. AB 2334 is a new law that allows unlimited density for 100% affordable projects. However, you are required to meet the setback height requirements and floor area ratio FAR for the development. Governor Newsom has allowed additional 33 feet in height from the base height. So that would give you an additional 3 stories. And then AB 1551 allows an expansion of non-residential floor area within a commercial development if you are able to partner with an affordable developer to bring a mix of uses, so affordable units and commercial. So that was a quick recap of the 3 assembly bills and how it may be pertinent to some of your clients and their needs.
Perfect. That would be helpful. And then I'll send out your PowerPoint to the group.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay. Anyone else have any questions? Yep. And there's Kevin's contact info. I'll include that as well.
Yeah, if there's any further questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to answer any, or if there's a specific property you want me to look at and see if it qualifies, feel free to send the address. I'll take a quick look and give you a better idea of how to proceed.
Awesome. Thank you, Kevin.
Very good. Thank you all.
Can I ask a quick question? May I?
Yes.
Sure.
Hey, Kevin, in the past, it was possible for a residential developer to transfer some of the low-income housing requirements from one building to another building. To a, is that still in effect? And very briefly, how would that work?
So there's something similar to that same effect with existing affordable units within a building that you're looking to remove or demolish that building to build a new development. You're able to transfer those units into the new development. So for example, if I have an apartment with a 2-bedroom unit that is deemed affordable, and I wanted to demo that building and build a new development that is larger and bigger, I would need to include that same 2-unit floor plan within the new development. And I would need to make it available to that previous tenant if they so wish to move back into the new development.
That is true. That I'm aware of. What I'm talking about, for example, is this. Let's say I want to do 24-unit building somewhere in a more expensive area, and I need to have 4 units of low income for whatever for this particular development. But I'll say, instead of giving you 4 units here, I'm going to give you 6 units somewhere in a lower valued building in another area. Is that still in effect, and is that still possible or no?
That's a good question. I'm not familiar with that being still in effect, so that would be something I need to confirm and get back to you. But my understanding is it only pertains to the development, the said development you're working on. My understanding is you cannot transfer those units to another part of the city. And the intent of that is really each area has to meet their own affordable housing needs and a unit count. And there's something called a regional housing needs assessment, or RHNA, that each city or county is required to follow, that they need to meet X number of units of affordable by a certain date. So by transferring the units, it wouldn't be in line with the RHNA standard. So I don't think it is acceptable, but it would be something I can confirm and get back to you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Kevin, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Kevin, would Section 8 be defined as the affordable units that we are talking about? I just want to see if there's a difference between Section 8 and when they mention affordable housing.
So they're in line the same, right? There's different tiers of affordability. There's very low income, but a Section 8 and affordable units are in terms synonymous. They are both regarding affordable housing. Looks like we got some feedback.
Okay, I think I fixed it. Maybe you want to repeat that. Sorry.
No problem. Albert John, did that answer your question?
Yes. So if a building has maybe a few Section 8s and they want to build more affordable units, would they have to basically abide by this rule that they need to provide those Section 8 people units in that new building?
Yes, they can, if they are looking to redevelop the site, include more units and take away those units that were previously affordable, they would need to replenish those units into the new development. So that would be something required through the Priority Housing Act. Now, the new building and development would need to match the unit count that you're removing and the bedroom type. So if that affordable unit was a 2-bedroom, that same 2-bedroom needs to be provided in the new development. It cannot be converted back to like a 1-bedroom or studio.
The other question I had is if there's a tenant in a building right now that they pay, let's say, half or 1/3 of the rent, would city put their finger on and they say that this is affordable and you need to provide them unit in your new building, or that's not the case?
No, that is the case. So if they're affordable unit now, it is rent controlled. You would need to provide that same rent controlled unit in the new development. Now you can go through a process called the Ellis Act and remove that unit as an affordable unit. And that's a separate process if you do not want to include that affordable unit within your new development.
Sorry, it's very confusing to me.
So there's 2 paths, right? Number 1 path is I want to replace that unit in my new development 1-to-1, or I don't want to replace that unit and I'm going to go through a process called the Ellis Act to remove that unit so I don't need to replace it in the new development.
Oh, I got it. I didn't hear the Ellis Act. Is there a danger to Ellis Act right now because they have new suggestions that they do away with Ellis Act? Is Ellis Act as of today still valid? And
It's still valid. There are a lot of laws that still protect the interests of the renter. So it is a more difficult process. But there are ways to buy out or pay out that tenant to allow them to find another suitable place in order to bring that unit back into a market rate unit. But you would have to go through the Ellis Act process to do that.
okay, this process, would it require that tenant cooperate, or tenant is obligated to move? I mean,
No,
what if I
tenant
say,
must
no, I'm
obligate.
not moving at any price?
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
sorry.
No, you're correct, Albert John. So the tenant must cooperate. They must be willing to accept an amount that would be feasible for them to move to a new location. If they do not accept it, then you cannot require or mandate them to be removed.
Got it. Thank you so much.
You got it.
Any other questions for Kevin? Okay.
Kevin, good to see you, by the way, and thanks for doing
Yes.
this as always.
Great to see you as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak, and look forward to getting questions, comments from you all. I left my information here, so if you do have any specific properties you want us to take a look at, feel free to call me, email me, text me at that number, and I can get into more detail about your property and the highest and best use of the property.
All righty. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin.
Very good. Thank you all. Take care.
Thank you as always, Kevin. Always a valuable resource from Kevin. Kim, did you want to promote our event for the commercial?
Sure.
We're doing a hosting together with David Yashar group. Omi, did you want to pitch it? Let's see you on the call.
I think Omid is on a conference call. So,
just stepped out.
oh,
Not-
Eric's here.
Not a problem. Eric, did you want to pitch it, or should we talk about it?
It's yeah, sure. I can mention it. It's just going to be over at the Beverly Hills Porsche dealership on Santa Monica Boulevard, and it's going to be a good event for meeting with Strike Lending, which is a hard money lender, and then you have Lee Kleiman for business financing, so for the SBA loans, U.S. Banker for conventional, and then CoStar is going to be talking about the market update. So it'd be a good event to come check out.
Yeah, and yeah, you also mentioned CoStar as well. Yeah, so it's a morning networking meeting, breakfast. You know, there's great sponsors, and you know, again, that is the host, and it's going to be great to have you. Kim shared on the chat the link to RSVP. We have limited space, so please feel free to RSVP. And we'll see you there. That's November 2nd. Okay. Thanks, Kim. Did you guys pitch listings or needs or not yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Anybody has anything that you want to promote or looking for? Anything good? Okay. We also shout out to Richard Rodriguez out of our coastal office. He's industrial, specialized in warehouses. They go by the Warehouse Group, and they did an amazing event last week, like a lunch and learn in one of his properties that he's currently listed, a warehouse in near Cerritos area, not too far from Cerritos. Just great event, you know, lunch, couple of speakers. So shout out to you, Richard. He's not on the call right now, but just to mention his name. So thank you for doing this. And good to see you guys. I haven't seen you for a minute. I was I had, you know, some busy Wednesdays here and there, Tuesdays here and there. Eric, what else?
On our end, I mean, we have three new listings coming up right now that haven't been listed yet. We have an office building in Pasadena. It's about 7,500 square feet on just under 20,000 square foot lot, just off of Colorado. That's about 15 units. We have a mixed use in Southgate. It's a pupusa restaurant in the front, and then 2 residential units in the rear. That one's gonna be 750 at about a 6.5 cap. And then we have a new one coming out in Compton. It's a market as well as office space on about 25,000 square foot lot. So that should be all coming out on, we should be presenting that in a few days between us, and then officially on the market in about a week or so.
Good job. Thank you. Who else? What else do you have?
The quiet bunch now. Okay, well, anything else, Manny?
No, just good to see you guys. Good to see your names. Thanks for participating, and thanks for being part of what we do. So good to see you.
Right. And we did send out an email with more details on the event that Eric and Manny spoke on with the RSVP link. But if you didn't see that or need that, just let me know. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks, Kim.
Bye.
Thank you, guys.